I'm so glad I have a second channel, but I don't actually know if this is gonna go up on the channel. I'm gonna show this to a few people or just kind of like talk about this, the fact that I'm making a video to a few people that I trust, kind of get their opinion. I'm not gonna be sharing names or pictures or anything in this video. It's not gonna be like that. I just want to share with you guys the story. I'm not the type of channel or type of person to like randomly out people, you know. I have posted in the past on my Facebook when this guy from Canada, this crazy guy from Canada, he was reaching, like, he started kind of just making really nice comments, very nice comments. I appreciated them. They were a little bit creepy sometimes, but you know, I'm not the type of person to just tell people to go fuck themselves. I just say thank you, you know. I just say thank you and I move on. Just being polite. If I can be polite and move on and not have to deal with something, I'll usually take that road, especially because I don't really have time to start anything with people. So this individual, not a couple of months ago, it's been a while, he reached out to me on my, I think it was my Instagram messages. So the same guy who was leaving like nice, slightly creepy comments, and it just out of the blue kind of went really, actually not even out of the blue, it was kind of getting there. It was already creepy to begin with. And he wrote something like, "Hey baby, I had a dream about you." And obviously I put this person on red. I was stupid not to block this person, but I was like, oh, you know, just be polite. Your page is public, don't do that. And that was probably my mistake. So I didn't say anything. And it went ignored for a little bit, like maybe I think for a few days or something. And then out of the blue, the message became, "You're such a bitch. You never pay attention to your fans." And it just very, the kind of message I absolutely hate. Like, I don't owe anyone anything, period. Anyone. If I work with you, if we're collaborating, yes, absolutely I owe you something. And I owe you exactly what I told you I owe you. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a very black and white person when it comes to that. I've been like that from the very beginning. I started Mahafsoun when I was really young, okay, when I was like 18. That's when I started performing and collaborating, and I think I was like 19 maybe by the time I started kind of actually working with people. So I was still less than 20, basically. I was a kid, okay? I was a child, I was a baby. And so I had to learn to take care of myself because this industry is full of like just opportunistic, evil people. Do you know what I mean? Like people who will take advantage of you, especially if you're a girl. So my mindset is always like, I don't owe you anything, you know? I appreciate the comments, I appreciate the love, I love it. This is you guys are why I'm making this channel. You guys are why I share these things, obviously. But when it gets to the point of someone just randomly messaging me saying hi and then turning around and saying you're a bitch because you didn't reply to me, that's a little unhealthy, I think. And if you think that's totally normal, then really you need to kind of take a better look at yourself and realize that other people are humans as well. That the artists you follow are just regular people. They only happen to have an audience. You know, I wouldn't say we, but I personally absolutely love my audience. But then when it gets to those few people that just expect you to be there all the time, it's a little suffocating, you know? It's toxic. Anyway, so this person, this Canadian person or person who is in Canada, who lives in Canada, whatever, he sent me a message. He's like, "Oh, you're such a bitch. You didn't reply to me." I was like, that was a really creepy message you sent. Like, you really expected a reply. So what I did was I screenshotted his reply and I posted it on my Insta stories. He got mad. Good. And so this guy who went crazy and called me a bitch and all that stuff, he went on to post like my video link in very popular video comments. So people were thinking that I'm self-promoting by putting my own YouTube videos and links in other people's videos. So it's pretty annoying, right? So there was a time where I was getting a lot of dislikes and a lot of hate and a lot of stuff like that, and some people were kind of like figuring it out that it's actually not me doing this, because that's totally stupid. But it did come with a lot of backlash. But on the brighter side, the ad revenue though, like during the time that was happening, my YouTube was actually making money, and it was like really nice. So, but it was coming with a lot of stress, so not that nice. So I've dealt with a lot of that shit. But other than that situation where this guy was like going out of his way to get my channel in trouble, he even like sent people to send me death threats, like a few of his little creepy friends just like himself. And so that's when it kind of got a little like, really? Like, you're so pathetic. And that's kind of the only time I kind of put someone's name out there, because I'm a person, okay? Like, if you poke me, I'm gonna poke you back. Like, this is just, I'm a person. But generally, other than that case, I usually don't like to just be like, this person with this name, I'll give you a hint. You can add 1 + 1 and figure out what the answer is, but I won't really go out of my way and just name somebody, right? Especially in this case right now, because the police is involved. I have to reopen, the case has never been really closed. I do have a case number about this. I just have to call them again and basically just open up this whole conversation, because this isn't something that I can control. Anyway, we talked a lot. What's happening? I think about 3 years ago, I just want to make sure what time it is, because I have to go to work soon. Okay, I have time. About 3 years ago, and it's disgusting that I'm saying this, that it's been 3 years that I've had to deal with this quietly, with a very small handful of people knowing exactly what's going on. And it doesn't affect me that way, like it doesn't, I wouldn't really say that it's affected my mental health that much. I mean, I'm sure it has, but I like to lie to myself and just be like, oh, I'm fine, you know, nothing's happening. I just try to ignore it. But now that I think about how long this issue has existed, it makes me realize it's just been going on for too long. You know, I don't deserve this, and I didn't do anything to bring this onto myself. So 3 years ago, out of the blue, someone, much like everyone else, a lot of other people started leaving a lot of comments on, I think it was my videos, my pictures, just things, right? And I was like, okay, cool. I normally, when the comments are positive, I like them and I move on, you know. Sometimes when the comments have more meaningful messages, like someone's like, oh, I like this also, and then they share their story, I usually just remember them. I remember the name, I remember because it's an interesting, it's more than just like someone commenting, that's so pretty. It's like, I like that, and then they share their story. That's usually why I ask a question on Instagram, so that we can kind of have a conversation. There's more in the comments than just someone saying, I like the picture, or I like the lighting, or I like what you're wearing. There's something more, you know? So I noticed there was a lot of comments. And this man, started sending me like private messages on Instagram. And I was so stupid. I deleted so many of these earlier things because I never thought that it was gonna lead to a place where I'd have to screenshot it and send it to the police. And so he was just sending a lot of comments, a lot of kind of like obsessive sounding comments. It was just a little bit too much. Like it makes me even feel uncomfortable like wording it exactly, but things like, oh baby, like you're the love of my life, please reply, why aren't you responding, like you belong to me, like really weird fucking shit like that. And I just kind of ignored it, you know. I didn't even bother for the first little bit just saying please don't contact me. I just ignored it, kept deleting, blocking. This guy kept coming back with more accounts and more accounts and more accounts, and this was a lot of it on Instagram. And I didn't even tell anybody. I was like, whatever, this is just some creepy guy, like a lot of other comments that I've dealt with. And it just kept getting worse. And this person, as time went by, and we're talking 3 years, okay? Like we're talking a span of 3 years. He started emailing me. And that was kind of annoying because I do check my email every day. Whether I want it or not, I will have to open an email just to make sure it's not something important that I'm missing. Even if it's spam, I usually check my spam as well, because a lot of collaborations unfortunately fall into my spam folder, hence why I don't check a lot of things for months, because it's just, I have to go and read them, okay? It takes a long time. So I check my inbox, and there were emails of him, and I kept saying to him, I started saying to him, please stop contacting me, this is uncomfortable, stop contacting me, this is weird. And nothing, he just would keep coming back with other emails, and he would keep emailing me. Through his emails, he has actually shared with me his current location, his address, his phone number, full name, pictures, everything there you need to know about this person is there. He's also created YouTube channels, but one in particular where he has created videos just screaming my name, and it's really, I don't know how to explain it. He's just mumbling and screaming, and it sounds like if I was in front of him, he would kill me. Like, that's what it sounds like. And I just thank the gods that he is in the US and I am here in Canada. So, and he has, to my understanding, what I've been told is that he's a very violent person. What he said in his emails was that he was in jail before, he was out on parole. Is that what it is? I don't know. There's a term where you're out, you were in prison once, you're out now, but they're still watching you so you don't do drugs, you don't buy any weapons, things like that. So I don't know what the terminology is, but from what he said in his messages and in his emails and in his texts, and one of those many, many ways he's been harassing me, he did mention that he was in prison. And I think he has like prison gang tattoos as well, although I'm kind of wondering what gang would possibly want somebody that unstable. Anyway, so, and I understand this person deals with mental health, which is a very, very like touchy subject, but I go to, okay, this person's in California, somewhere, and I travel to California pretty often, okay, often enough that this could put me in danger. So I don't care. I don't care what he's dealing with when my safety is put into question, okay? I don't care at all what his struggles are when he's made videos showing off his machete and slapping it at a tree or at a metal or something, and threatening me like that. You know, I couldn't give less of a shit that this violent, obsessive individual has a kind of disorder or whatever, he's struggling with drugs. Normally, I'm the most caring person when it comes to that, okay? I work in healthcare. It's my job to be compassionate. It's my job to understand other people. But in this case, I couldn't give less of a shit because my safety could be, like, I'm could be put in danger. Okay, so I've been dealing with that for, it's so gross to say, for a few years now. It's been like an on and off thing. As soon as I think it's over, this person is probably back in jail, hopefully, or arrested, hopefully, or found somebody else to obsess about. It just happens again. This person comes back with a new account on Instagram or makes another video on YouTube, and on his video, he makes like, he makes an account on Instagram and then he posts like 20 videos of the same video just screaming at me. It's scary, okay? It's really scary, and it's even worse because he's also following my friends. He's also following and requesting to follow some of my friends and some of the closest people to me, people that I work with. So a handful of people do know about this guy. And I have to call the police department where this person's located again because he found my phone number, and he didn't find my phone number. Someone that I knew, someone that I trusted, and I know exactly who this person is, handed my phone number over to this crazy guy. I know who this person is. I know exactly who this guy is. I know who passed my phone number. Enough weird things have been happening between me and this person that I can pinpoint exactly when this person did it, why they did it, and who this person was. So there were only a handful of people that knew of this situation. And of those people who knew of this situation, who knew how to contact the guy, who knew, because this guy doesn't reach out to everybody. He reaches out to me and to a few people who are very close to me. Of those people, a smaller handful of them know my phone number to hand it to this guy. And of those people who know of this guy and who know my phone number, there's only one of them who would do such a thing. And enough weird things have been happening that this person couldn't even like cover their tracks, you know, like maybe you could have waited a little bit, you know, for another time. Maybe when things weren't so awkward and weird, you could have handed my phone number to this dangerous, violent individual, and put my life in danger possibly, because we all know we're living in a time where this kind of shit happens. And this doesn't mean that I'm important or that I'm famous or anything like that. It just means that if you are public, you are more at risk of attracting people like this, okay? And for many reasons, when I do go somewhere, when I am in California, where this person also happens to be, it's public. Everybody knows I'm there because that's the whole point. Because I'm collaborating, I'm holding a meetup, or I'm doing something. And it's not my job to assume that everyone is like him, okay? I think it's the job of the authorities to figure out that we have these troubled people in our community and we have to reach out to them, okay? We have to just go out. Actually, no, I'm not gonna lie. I want this person put away. I do. Let's just be real. Why am I being so sweet about it? Like, fuck it. I wouldn't mind if this person was put away for a very long time, far, far away, because I don't feel safe. I feel safe in my city. I feel safe in my country here, but I don't feel safe going there. And I love California. I love California. I think it's such a cool place. I have so many friends there, and I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back again probably this year, and I don't want to be there always worried. And let's see if it's okay. Still got time. And the last time I was there, we did a bonfire meet and greet with Ronnie from the Sixth Chamber and also with Stanton LaVey. We did a big bonfire meetup in Los Angeles. And literally like 2 days before it, this guy reaches out to our group on our event page, and he's like, I'm coming, on Facebook in a public meetup event page. And some of the people that I've told this, they recognize the name of this person. They were like, okay, this is the dangerous guy you were telling us about. Now we have to go and ask for more people to come just so that we are all safe. There was going to be a lot of women there. And so we wanted to make sure that, you know, we're safe. We have enough people that if anything happens, are strong enough to protect the rest of us, okay? I'm a strong, independent woman, but I'm pretty sure I can be pinned down and killed by a crazy, big ex-prisoner. So, it's gross. It's absolutely disgusting. We've been put in weird situations so many times because of this jackass, because of this absolute garbage of a human being. And I'm angry. Like, I'm tired of it. It's so gross. And every time this person pops up with a new Instagram account, he reaches out to everybody. He reaches out, not everybody, he reaches out to everyone that I know, like the people that are closest to me. My mom, he's reached out to my mom and terrified my mother. And so, yeah. And I was so stupid because for the longest time, I was like, if I ignore it, it'll go away. You know, because I've never had to deal with this level of weirdness. I've never had to deal with this level of obsession. This guy is violent. Like, this guy is, you can tell, okay? The things he does, the way he screams at you, like, he is, dude, if you were in front of him, he would kill you. Like, this is what it feels like. It's not some guy, you know, just obsessing and whatever. It's a crazy, violent guy threatening you and yelling at you in a video. So anyway, I have to call the police department of this guy's area so that I can give the case number that I had and just let them know it's happening again. I should have done this a couple of months ago because he did try to contact me in very small ways, you know, make a new Instagram account, reach out to me on Instagram, I would just block it. But I do have proof that he's been trying to contact me nonstop, and this is in their area, in this person's area that he lives. They have a phone number where you can call for harassment, and we already have a case with this guy, so all I have to do is call them and just give them the case number that I opened when I called last year the first time. And the guy, I think I called a general number, and I left a voicemail. And it was like a 2-minute voicemail saying, you know, this is my name, I live in Vancouver, I have a very large online platform, you know. It was large, not very large, fuck it, who cares. I said I had a large online platform thing, there's a lot of people there, and there's been this one person from, you know, your surroundings, your area. This is his name, I have his name, I have everything. He gave me his address. He was dumb enough to give me his address, and I have pictures of him, full name, probably even birthday, address, phone number, everything you need. He's given it to me because he's dumb. And he is very violent. I'm scared. He's got weapons. And a police officer called me like 12 hours later, and he was so wonderful, so thorough, and he just probably took like a good 20-30 minutes just talking to me about the situation. We had a lot of back and forth and an email. He opened up a case for me, gave me the file. I gave all the photos, all the information I had, and then he calls me back probably like a couple of days later. He says that he has good news and bad news for me. The bad news is with the information I've given him, they can't really do an arrest. And also because it was the first time that I reached out. But he said, you know, it does seem like this person has been in trouble with the police in the past. So if he does reach out to you again, let us know, okay? Let us know, because then if it persists, if it keeps happening again and again, then we have a reason to go and not really like make an arrest. At least go to his door and be like, what the fuck are you doing? And so yeah, that's what I have to do. I'm working today, I'm working tomorrow, but I'm off this Thursday. So I'm gonna call, and I hate doing this. I hate making phone calls anyway. And even more than that, I hate calling about issues that it's not my problem. Like, deal with it. Like, it's not my job to deal with this kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's my job to be safe. It's my job to be smart with the decisions that I make, and I've done that. Now I have to hand it over to the police because it's out of my control, clearly, and no amount of me saying please don't contact me anymore gets through to this crazy person. So I have to reach out to the police and let them deal with it. Yeah, and it's just annoying because I don't want to have to deal with this. I feel like I'm a very sensitive person. I'm pretty strong. It takes a lot to scare me. This isn't really scary, it just makes me feel disgusted, okay? It makes me feel gross. In this perfect world that we live in, he's not going to be able to go through Canadian border, okay? They are obsessive, they are crazy, they, I feel, and also, right now, in the world we live in, with all the paranoia, it's gonna be near impossible for him, actually perfectly impossible for him to go through the Canadian border and come here, whether he goes from ground or whether he somehow affords to fly, because our border security, they drill you, okay? I'm a Canadian citizen, I have a citizenship certificate, I have a passport, Canadian everything, right? I go to the UK for a month, I come back, they have a full interview, dude, they have a full interview. They have questions after questions that they just throw at me, and at one point I start doubting myself. I'm like, am I a dangerous individual? Like, why are you asking me so many questions? So I highly doubt that if they're gonna do that to a healthy looking person like me, perfectly normal, you know, just went for a travel, I'm coming back, nothing weird going on. If they're gonna do that to me, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna just be like, hey sir, welcome to Canada, go right ahead with your machete. But yeah, so that is currently one of the reasons I'm like, okay, nothing's gonna happen. But yeah, it's just, I don't know if this video will ever go up. It might just stay on my phone forever. I'm gonna talk to a few people and see what they think about me just kind of sharing this story without giving any names, giving any vital information. But so 2 or 3 days before my birthday, I think it was 3 days, I got a text message on my phone. I think it was at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and it was just this broken kind of writing that only he does it like that. And I just kind of ignored it. I was like, maybe it's just somebody that did I give my phone number? I didn't give my phone number to anyone. I don't do that. My phone number is not public anywhere on the internet, you know? And thankfully with the iPhone, super easy to just block numbers. You just click one thing and you're good to go. Like 10-15 years ago, it was a little bit harder. And now it's a lot easier to just like block people. So it's not a huge deal, but I was like, who is this person? Whatever, maybe it was just a mistake. And then a day before my birthday, I got another text message and it was a lot more clear. And I realized exactly who this person is. I took the phone number and I put it, I just searched for what area code this number or their area code is for, and it was exactly for the same place that guy is from. So I was like, fuck, I know what's going on. And I just put 1 + 1 and I got 2, and I realized that somebody that I trusted gave my phone number to this person, therefore putting me in danger. And the sad thing is, the same person also knows my home address, because this person has sent me things to my home address. We're gonna be moving, not because of this person, but we're gonna be moving because I don't really want to stay here for too long. It's kind of small for my taste. But just the fact that, and I trusted this person not because like I just did. We were working together. I thought I had a friend in this person, but no worries. I got rid of them. This person's dead to me entirely. They were kind of dead to me to begin with, but with this last little move. And it's funny because the person that I'm talking about has always been such a terrible person to collaborate with. Everyone who's collaborated with this person has spoken up about how it's a guy, he mistreats women terribly, makes people cry, horrible communicator, does not stand by his words. There's a lot of other allegations about this person, but I'm not even going to get into it. It's not my place. Thankfully, nothing like that ever happened to me. But this is exactly the type of thing he would do. There's nobody else in my life that would do this to me. Nobody. And it came after a time where a lot of weird things happened, and this person and his people were lashing out at me so publicly in such a dumb way, that nobody else, there was no one else at all that would do this. No one else knew how to reach this crazy guy. Of those people who knew about this crazy guy, only like 3 or 4 of them knew my phone number. And of those 3 or 4 people, this was one of the people. And the other 4, they would never do such a thing. So it's really shitty. But this person was kind of dead to me even before this whole thing happened. So it just kind of sucks, because I'm the type of person, if I don't want to have a person in my life, okay, instead of making a huge deal out of it and walking out, I just quietly walk out, politely walk out. If this person still messages me, I'll say hi. But in reality, I would have nothing to do with them. But that's how I do things. And I think that I do it in the calmest way that I can, just quietly not deal with these people. But they get offended by that. They don't like that. It seems like the people that unfriended this guy who passed my phone number to the crazy guy, the more public you are about no longer associating yourself with this person, the safer you are not to be hurt. And then when you quietly and gracefully try to back away, those are the people that get hurt, which is really shitty. But fuck it, that's how I do things. And I honestly don't have time. I have so many wonderful people around me that I want to give all my attention and all my love and everything that I have to them. I don't want to have to waste my time worried about friends that don't give a shit about me, that treat me like I'm replaceable and that there's nothing special about me, because they think that if they treat me like that, I'm gonna want to work with them more. That's the kind of abusive shit that doesn't work with me. It just doesn't. I'm not the type of person that the more you mistreat me, the more I like you. I'm the exact opposite. And there are a lot of people, a lot of women, unfortunately, that are like that. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. It's an abuse thing, you know? People who are in relationships where the worse they get treated, the more they want the person. And people do this to their friends, to their partners, to their coworkers. This is the kind of shit that happens anywhere. And this person that is dead to me now, this person tried to do this to me in many situations, make me feel like shit. And thinking that it'll work in his advantage, that I will want to work with him more and that I'll just leave everything behind and focus on him and his shit. That doesn't work out. That does not work out. Like, you treat me like I'm replaceable, I treat you like you're replaceable. Everybody's fucking replaceable here. Like, no one's irreplaceable, let's be real. But if you want to keep somebody, if you really love a person, if you really love a collaboration, if you really appreciate a friend, and that's what I've learned from my friends, from the best people in my life, is you tell them as much as you can. You tell them you love them, you tell them you appreciate them, you show them that you appreciate them, every chance you get. I do this with not only my friends that I love, people that I talk to, I do this every chance I get with them. Even if it's a group of friends and I don't have time to individually tell them that I love them, I'll send them a mass email or a mass message saying, I miss you guys, you know, haven't talked for a while, but I love you guys and I appreciate you regardless. You do these things, okay? I even do this to my collaborators, people that I work with. If I really love working with them, if the collaboration has been inspiring and made me feel better and make me a better person, I will just reach out to them just to thank them and tell them how I appreciate them in my life. Even though they're a business, they probably don't even like remember me or care or whatever. I just want to let them know. I think this is what you do, you know? When you want to keep a person, this is the kind of shit that you do. You don't treat them like shit. You don't treat them like they are replaceable and then expect them to come back harder. That's bullshit, okay? That doesn't work. That does not. And even if it does work, it's like the wrong way to do this. It's bound to really break down eventually if you're gonna have a relationship with anyone like that. Work, your partner, whatever. I removed my nails, by the way. These are my actual nails. I make them super short. Why am I talking about my nails? Yesterday was my birthday. I turned 27. I had long pink stiletto nails. I don't know why I did that to myself. I was just feeling it. It looked good. I liked it. But now I'm working in the lab today, so remove them. And these are my little fingers. Look, so little. I used to grow my nails, but the more I worked in the lab, I had to keep washing my hands every few minutes. And my nails got really brittle and they just kept cracking. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to cut them and do my nails in other ways, you know, make them look longer in other ways. But anyway, I don't even know if this is gonna go up. That's the fucking shitty thing, okay? I don't even know if this is gonna go up. I don't know. Is it gonna go up? I'm gonna talk to a few people, see what they think. Maybe even show them this video. Be like, hey, do you think it's smart that I share this with the public? I haven't named anybody, so I feel good about that. I haven't put any names out there, so this is okay. I think this is okay. Yeah, I don't want to do that to people. I don't know. I don't care. If the person's dead to me, I think that's enough of a punishment for them. Because I'm a good friend. I'm a good freaking friend. I'm a loyal friend. it takes a lot to make me not want to be friends with a person. I can take a lot, you know? But when it comes to betrayal, lying, hurting me intentionally, trying to manipulate me, that's the kind of stuff that is very, very unforgivable. And I think it takes a really hateful person that doesn't even deserve my friendship to do that to me. So it takes a lot. I have a good heart. I know I have a good heart. No question about it. And I know that my friendship is a good thing. I think that the way that I treat my friends, I do make mistakes like everybody else, you know, but when I don't make mistakes, I'm a great friend, okay? And so I feel like if a person lost my friendship, if they are dead to me now, that is enough of a punishment. I don't really need to go out and say their name. And yeah, I think that's my mindset right now. But it's a 37-minute video. It's like a 30+ minute video. I have to call the police. Fuck. I have to call them again on Thursday. It's Tuesday today. I have to go to work. I have a pretty short shift today, but I gotta go. I'm so tired. Just talking about this is so exhausting because it's like I have to bring up all the things I don't want to admit and I don't want to talk about and things that I just want to ignore and put in the back of my head. Which is how I've dealt with this whole, I wouldn't say stalker situation. Is it a stalker? Because this person's not in the same place as I am, so how could they stalk me, you know? I think it's just a harassment thing. I don't think I'm being stalked. I call this person a stalker because no matter what I do, this person just finds a way to contact me. And when I tell them don't contact me, this person does it. So, but I don't think stalker is the correct word. I think that it's just a crazy person who is harassing me, like, persistently. And thankfully, in the area he lives, it's considered a thing. It's considered a criminal thing to constantly harass somebody. Oh, especially if you're making YouTube videos with a machete and you're posting on Instagram with a machete. You fucking crazy person. God. But yes. Sorry this video is like this. If it's gonna go up, I do apologize that it's just such a negative, gross topic. I usually don't want to talk about these things, but I'm feeling a little alone. It's so exhausting keeping it in, you know? And I like sometimes sharing things with you guys, and I did that in my farewell 2018 video. And it felt so good. It was probably like the first time that I actually was like, this happened and I'm so sad about it. And it felt so good. It pissed off a couple of people, but I didn't name anybody. I can sleep at night knowing that. It pissed off a few people, but don't be a bitch. Don't be mean. Don't do those things. If you don't want people to say, I'm hurt because you did that horrible thing, just don't do that horrible thing, and maybe people won't complain about you. Just be a decent person. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's probably the easier thing to do, actually. There's less stress, there's less negativity, you know, and you're actually so much better to yourself. You're so much better to yourself if you just don't do that kind of shit. And you don't have to be nice to everybody. Just don't go out of your way to be an asshole to people. And over. But would I go back and be a hateful person who doesn't forgive anybody? No, I wouldn't do that. I think even if I'm gonna be risking my future, and because of my personality and because of the fact that it takes a lot to hurt me, I'm gonna get hurt again. It's okay. At least I can sleep well at night knowing that I didn't just hurt somebody for no reason. And I have accidentally hurt people for no reason, like without meaning to. I've accidentally done that, like hurt people and people that I love by not realizing that I'm doing something that is offending them or hurting them or just making them feel unwanted, and I didn't know that, and I felt horrible. I felt really horrible making them go through that, and I apologized for weeks and months to them for these little acts of ignorant unkindness or whatever, you know. Even though I didn't do it on purpose, I was like, shit, I should have known better, you know. And so I'm the type of person that I prefer to do it that way. I prefer to be hurt than to just hurt people for no reason. You know, hurt people before they get a chance to hurt me. I'm not like that. That's such an exhausting. I know people like that. I've worked with people like that, and it's such an exhausting. I think it exhausts them. I think they're miserable people when they live their lives like that, you know. But that's about it. That's it. So tired about talking. Been like over 30 minutes and I'm talking about this. I'm so exhausted right now and I have to go to work. I'm gonna have more coffee. Oh, my friend Dan. Today's coffee is on my friend Dan. Yesterday was my birthday and I woke up to a Starbucks gift card and he's like, your coffee's on me. So I'm gonna go have my coffee, my birthday coffee today, even though it was yesterday. And I'm gonna try and have a good day. Fuck it, you know? I think this video's, I am like 40% sure this video is gonna go public eventually. Because I think it's a good idea, okay? But I usually, when I'm not 100% sure about something, I like to ask people that I love and trust, because then it helps me decide, okay? Usually I'm so independent, and if I want to do something, I will do it. But if I'm slightly doubting something, then, you know, something's telling me I need more opinion from people that I trust. But thankfully, the last time I called the police, they were very helpful, and I'm so glad that they were helpful because when I first talked about wanting to call the police, like a couple of weeks before it, there were people that were around me and they're like, oh, the police is useless, they're not gonna do anything. And I was like, no, I don't think that's the case. I mean, they have to do something. Like, I don't think that the police, like, I'm not gonna blame them that they haven't caught this guy yet. I'm not gonna blame them as to why such a person is out, free, roaming the world, harassing me, and probably not even other women. I think it's just me at this point. I'm not gonna just be like, why are you guys not doing your job? Because I have to let them know. There's so many people like him out there, you know, that are just problematic. And it's not like there's enough police and there's enough people to deal with it. You have to let them know. You have to point it out, I think. And people like him do a very good job at not staying out of trouble, but not being caught. Hence why he's been just out there for 3 years, making my life worse. And all jokes aside though, like I'm not too affected by this, but it is definitely an inconvenience that I'm pissed. I shouldn't have to deal with it. I don't care. I don't care if I'm active online. That doesn't mean that I should get harassed. Okay? There's a lot of things I can put up with. You know, you can say whatever you want about me online, whatever. I know who I am. That's not going to affect me. And the people close to me, they know exactly who I am. Unless you have receipts, don't even try. But when you put my life in danger like this, when you give my phone number to such a violent person. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys one more thing about the person who gave my phone number to this guy. The person who did it not only knew exactly how dangerous this guy is, this person they didn't only have all the information on this person, but they had their security aware of it. Do you know what I mean? There was a thing, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but this individual who passed my information to this crazy guy had their whole security force come up to me and say, we know about this situation, don't you worry about it. As long as you're here in our area, you'll be safe. Don't worry about it, you know? So they knew how dangerous the situation is, but they still had themselves or their minions passing my information onto this crazy person. And karma's a thing. You know what? Fuck it. Karma's a thing. I'm above that shit. I don't do these things. I don't do things like this to people. I feel like if you're dead to me, that's already punishment enough, because I'm a great friend. So you lost, dude. You lost. Giving my phone number to this guy, what's he gonna do? Harass me with his one single number that he can afford. I block it, and then I call the police. But it really ruins you as a person, you know? In the eyes of the universe, you are a shit human being now. You're nothing more than a piece of crap, you know? And for me, all I have to do is block a number and get pissed about it. That's it. That's it. I didn't lose anything, you know? And that's what lets me sleep well at night. And even though all of this is happening, I feel light. I feel like I don't have anything on my shoulders. And that's a great feeling to have. That's a really good feeling not to be guilty. Nothing hurts me more than feeling guilty. And I'm happy that I didn't do anything stupid. I'd rather have something like this happen to me than me doing it to somebody and just feeling horrible about myself. So, with all that being said, if this video does go up, thank you for listening to me. And I don't know if it'll go up. I keep going back into this whole thing. I don't even know if this video will ever make it to the internet, but we'll see about it. We'll see how it goes. I might even post it after I've already reached out to the police, because then I would feel a little bit more like, okay, you know, I've done something about this situation, now I can talk about it. Because right now, currently, I haven't done anything about the situation, because for the next 2 days, exactly during the period I can call them, I'm gonna be working. And my break doesn't fall in the same, it's too short of a break for me to actually have a conversation, because the last time I talked to one of the police, it was like 20-30 something minutes, and I'm not gonna have that time to go on my break, call somebody, start this whole story and conversation again with them. So yeah, it's gonna be weird, but it has to happen. It has to happen. So whatever. But I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay safe. And thank you for listening to my thing. I hope that it gets better. I will keep you guys updated. If this video makes it to the internet, obviously I'll keep you guys updated on any updates about my stalker situation. I don't know what it is. The crazy dude situation. So, yeah. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about it. But, I'm gonna go. Much love, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!